We are celebrating all things mini marathon this morning as we give you a live look inside the mini expo, where if you are walking or running, you will be heading through, or maybe you did it yesterday. But we are also keeping a close eye on the forecast, as we mentioned. But thanks for coming in here with us on Sunrise at 6 o'clock here on a Friday. I'm Julia, along with Julia and Chuck, and I should never guess about me.
That's okay. All right. I always like to hear a guess. It's okay. Yeah, but as packet pickup, as you just saw that live look inside of the Indy Mini Expo. Inside might be the best place to be for a lot of you this weekend, but we can get some of our dry time in this weekend, Chuck.
I'm really very optimistic about the race. Now, I'm not saying that we won't get any rain, okay? But if we get some, it'll be isolated. Rev Indy, a completely different story, as we're going to mention, but I think this morning, if you're headed out, that's looking pretty good. And let's get you caught up on stuff. This is May, of course. We are now 1 day away from Mini Marathon and Rev Indy, only 8 days away from the Kids Day and Rookie Run, and believe it or not, only 23 days away from the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. We had rain. We even had some thunderstorms real early this morning. This cold front is now moving through, so I think we're going to be dry here for several hours. Now, temperature-wise, look at the difference. We're at 59 here, 64 Nashville, Tennessee, but it's much cooler to our north and west, and the dynamic tension in the atmosphere, that cold air starting to press into points west of us, will be a factor in our weather this weekend. 59 here, 64 Bloomington, 58 degrees in Kokomo. As the kids get up, a reminder, we are just 43 minutes away from sunrise, and already for those of you that have a clearing in the sky, we can see a little orange. 65 by 11 a.m. Then we start bringing rain chances in, especially this afternoon and especially during the evening drive with 72 for our high. Tomorrow morning, this is what it looks like for the Mini. Notice we're dry here, but rain starts to creep up from the south in the afternoon and unfortunately for the evening. And I do think the 151st running the Kentucky Derby is really wet tomorrow. More on that in just a bit, but unfortunately it's Friday, and that unfortunately means we have accidents sometimes, and we've got one out there right now.
Yes, we're going to take you to Hancock County, Chuck. This is along I-70 in the westbound lane. So there's not a camera right there. This is at the rest area in Greenfield. So you're going eastbound with the taillights, headlights are moving west. It's farther down the way in the westbound lanes where we have that accident. It's actually right across the street, kind of catty corner there from Eastern Hancock, the campus there. Here's Eastern Hancock. You can see it there on the map, but we've got a little bit of a backup there. Eastern Hancock, they've got to host a big regional invitational tomorrow morning for girls tennis. So we're watching that. We've got a lot of sports, not just today, but into the whole weekend. A lot of high school baseball, softball, girls tennis, boys golf, and then track. Also, US 52 closed from Rush County all the way to Shelby County. Shelby County State Road 9 to State Road 3 in Rush County. They're replacing a bridge. That's going to take at least about a couple months. So this is a big closure on US 52.
Well, right now, a person is in critical condition after a shooting on Indy's east side. It happened on Gladstone Avenue near 10th and Sherman.
That's where a witness told police that a man ran toward the Kroger store in Linwood Square, just east of the scene after that shooting. Investigators are asking if you were in that area or if you have security cameras at nearby businesses or homes. They want you to check for anything that may help them find the suspect in this case. Right now, IMPD is trying to figure out the details of a deadly shooting at an apartment complex on the west side. That's where Indy police said they were responding to a crash around 2 p.m. Thursday when they found a man shot inside of a car. This was on Rolling Dunes Drive. That's near Crawfordsville Road and Girls School Road. Medics pronounced that man dead at the scene, and police haven't released any information about a possible suspect or a motive behind this shooting. This morning, we're learning more details about the moments leading to a police shooting in Lawrence. Now, court documents reveal that the suspect, Courtney Wilkins, was in her mother's neighbor's yard with a weed trimmer. But the neighbors told Wilkins that they didn't want her working in the yard, so they asked Wilkins' mom to come and get her. That's when police say that Wilkins came back with a gun. Police say when they tried to get Wilkins to put the gun down, she shot a dog that she was holding in her arms and then turned the gun on herself and shot but missed. Police say that she pointed that gun at officers, and that's when she fired. Court documents claim that Wilkins' mother told police her daughter is bipolar and suffers from paranoid schizophrenia. At last checks, Wilkins is still recovering in the hospital.
The family of a former HSC football player killed in a Hamilton County crash tells 13 News the driver is now in custody.
Mason Alexander was killed in March after a crash, and since then his family has been pushing for accountability. Investigators say the car he was riding in crashed on Florida Road near Southeastern Parkway and I-69. Investigators say the driver attempted to pass another vehicle, but then overcorrected and slammed into a tree. Well, last night, Mason's parents got a message from prosecutors saying that driver is now in custody. Mason's uncle calls this news bittersweet.
I think it was bittersweet. All our hearts are still heavy, obviously. Mason's passing is when you think back on it, it's still a shock because we still don't believe that he's gone, but we have to come to grips with reality.
Well, the family did share an email with 13 News that says the driver was taken to the Juvenile Detention Center. We also went to the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office to confirm, but they told us that they didn't have access to juvenile records there.
Well, this morning, the mother of a 1-year-old girl found dead in a dresser in Morgantown makes stunning admissions before a judge. Oakley Snow was almost 2 years old when she died. Her mom, Madison Marshall, pleaded guilty to neglect and agreed to testify against her then boyfriend, Rowan Waters. Waters is facing a murder charge in this case. In court, Marshall admitted that Waters repeatedly abused her daughter inside a drug house on the south side of Indianapolis, and she admitted to hiding Oakley's injuries with makeup before she died.
Miss Marshall was present on the day that Oakley Snow died, and she was present when Oakley Snow was placed in the cabin. She provided that information to law enforcement, which led them to the body of Oakley Snow.
Waters' murder trial is set to take place in June.
The Indiana Bureau of Motor Vehicles is considering closing its branch in Alexandria. BMV leaders hosted a public hearing to get some feedback on this proposal, and those in attendance expressed their concerns about having access to this branch. According to the BMV, the Alexandria branch averages 31,000 transactions a year, compared to some locations in Indy that have 150,000. If that branch in Alexandria closes, it leaves only the Anderson branch in Madison County open.
Well, open this morning is the latest addition to Riverside Park. It's all part of a larger project to revamp public spaces in the area. City leaders joined Indy Parks for a ribbon cutting on the $13 million project. So the first phase includes newly paved trails and a pavilion along with a plaza and a new playground. Phase 2 will add an archery range to the park with a nature center coming in Phase 3. Well, Tyrese Halliburton's father, John, will not be in attendance for any team games for the foreseeable future, ESPN is reporting.
And this decision comes after Halliburton's dad got into that confrontation with Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo after the Pacers closed out the series. And that incident drew some criticism from Giannis and Tyrese.
ESPN reports the decision comes from the Pacers front office, and Halliburton has accepted it. The Pacers, by the way, open round 2 in Cleveland on Sunday.
Well, we've been counting down for a while, but now tens of thousands will make their way downtown soon for the IU Health 500 Festival Mini Marathon.
But before participants can get to the start line, they need to pick up everything they'll need on race day. Anna Chalker is inside the 500 Mini Expo this morning, where the doors open in just a couple of hours. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, ladies. So the expo this year, brand new here inside Lucas Oil Stadium in the North Exhibit Hall. We made our way to the front of the hall this year just to kind of show you a little different. This is the information spot. This is as soon as you walk in. Here to talk about this morning, Savannah with the Fire Festival. Some may say this information spot might be the most important. Let's just kind of talk about that.
Yeah, so right when you come in, to your left is your information booth. So any questions, any concerns you have, they can totally help you out, answer any questions you have. And then as you head this way where we're standing, you see all of our maps for street closures, the actual course maps, and then heading further over, you get your 2026 registration. So if anybody's feeling eager, they can be ready for next year.
And we know it's not just important for the participants, the friends and family. So we want to make sure taking a look at these signs back here. Definitely really important for those that are going to be coming out and supporting.
Yeah, definitely know like what's closed, what's open, where you can get in and out, especially with parking. Plan ahead because things are going to be closed pretty early. So if you're watching or cheering on people, make sure you know where you're going because it'll get a little crazy.
And a big day today, 10 to 8. What's kind of the big things people need to know as they're heading out here?
Yeah, so if you're coming here to pick up your packet, you'll head straight to the back and everything's organized by bib number that you were emailed. So you can head straight back there and they'll get you set up with your shirt, your bib, all of your information. And then you can hit any of our vendors on your way in and out just to shop around and get some last minute needs.
For sure, Savannah, thank you so much. Hey, we know these maps right here might have been a quick look for you, but you can head to WTHR.com. Right now, we have all these maps right now on our website. All the information here at the Expo. Doors open at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Anna. We'll check back in with you soon. And there's plenty of month of May events that we're keeping you up to date up. Of course, the mini tomorrow, but then on May 10th, it's the Grand Prix and 500 Festival Kids Day.
That's coming up on May 23rd is Carb Day, and then on May 24th, the 500 Festival Parade. All this, of course, leading to the biggest day in May around here, Indy 500 on May 25th. Hey, Chuck.
Well, good morning, Julia. And folks, good morning to you. Big day ahead on this Friday. You'll need a jacket this morning at 61, but an umbrella is going to be necessary not only later today, but on Saturday. Not for all day. I'll let you know the forecast for the mini marathon and Rev Indy coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chuck. We don't want to whisper this one here at 6:45. We're celebrating some of your favorite things, Chuck's favorite places here in Indiana, as he takes us to a beautiful destination that is a gem of the Hoosier State.
And online shoppers, beware. There is a tariff loophole that's being removed today. Now, several online marketplaces are being forced to raise prices.